Scott from Aristocob.com here.
And Seth from SethMarkwood.com.
Together, along with you, the three of us, we are Markwood Men's Breakfast Club. Welcome back, and good morning, boy.
Good morning, Homer.
This is Tobacco Advent 2019, Day 9.
Whoop, whoop.
Very exciting as we continue to go right on through the month, counting our way up and down to Christmas. And what we have here is something from Dan from Washington. Or is it Washington? Which Washington is he from?
Definitely Washington.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no ors in there. Dear Scott and Seth, here is the only complex grape aromatic blend I have ever tried. Cornell Diehl Visions of Celephaïs came out 4 months ago, and I've quite enjoyed it. However, it will ghost a cob like no other. Besides the Virginias and Cavendish, there are some dark-fired and Castuni leaf. Anyway, hope you enjoy this. Kind regards, Dan from Washington. So we had to look it up because it definitely smells unique straight out of the bag. And so this is what it says. A wisp of incense from the monastery at Ling, exotic spice from the city of Othar, wine fermented by the ageless Curanes himself, only in timeless Celephaïs could these esoteric ingredients be procured. A ritual performed over a bed of red and bright Virginia with hints of dark-fired leaf and casturi results in an overworldly aroma that beckons all dreamers back to Celephaïs. What is a Celephaïs? When is that?
When is a Celephaïs? What is a Celephaïs?
Yeah. So it's got Indonesian casturi leaf with red and bright Virginias and dark-fired Kentucky, resulting in a naturally spicy, complex base that's elevated by a unique grape wine topping.
Yeah.
Cool. Combination makes for unique aromatic pipe tobacco with a deep, rich flavor, balancing spice with sweetness similar to that of a tawny port. Packaged in 2-ounce tins with stunning Lovecraftian artwork, it's an excellent addition to the Eldritch line, and quite unlike anything else we've smoked. Your phone is cracked.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Alrighty, well.
What was that grape that we had tried before? Were we
Captain Black Grape.
Okay.
And there was no doubt that was great bubblegum grape.
Yes. Yeah, there was nothing super complex about that.
I would say this is not that.
All right.
We have to smoke this a little bit, I think, before we give an opinion. But the question I've selected for the day is a short answer, I think.
Okay.
Maybe. The question is, are you a good dancer? Boy.
I'm not a dancer. So, good or otherwise, the answer is probably no.
Have you danced?
Sure.
Parties? Does your wife drag you out on the dance floor?
Sometimes, yes. Yeah, I mean, I will dance for my wife's benefit and no one else's. So, yeah, we'll dance, and she likes to go dancing. So we've gone square dancing, Old English dancing. We've done some salsa dancing. A lot of these places where they have like lessons for the first 20 minutes and then you dance. We've done a number of those things. We like the last wedding we attended. 80% of anything that could be called dancing, I was doing with my guy friends and not my wife. Mostly it was just being goofballs. So I guess you could call it that. But it was mostly like Night at the Roxbury kind of stuff. Just to screw around. Yeah, just to mess around with people. So no, not a good dancer. Not a dancer. I'm comfortable with that being my life. You?
Well, first off, you have to understand that I was raised a Southern Baptist boy. So in my senior year when I entered a drag beauty contest at Mardi Gras. I was tied for first place, and to break the first place, they decided to have a dance-off. I came in second place. But since that time, since that terrible defeat,
Yeah, you're not going to let it happen again, huh?
no siree. So I developed a technique that I like to call the rowboat. And I have taught this to many, many a man who has stood by the dance floor, scared to go out on the dance floor. And I'm comfortable with it in the right circumstances, meaning the music's loud, the crowds are all dancing, and it's very dark. So no one's going to see me. But the funny side story to this is so basically, you know, you're whether you're clapping or snapping or just bopping with the music, but it's almost as if you're rowing a boat, right? This sort of a deal as you're dancing to the music, and you can change up any way you like, but that's the foundation of it. So my brother-in-law David was standing at my sister Jerry's wedding, not dancing. His wife is dancing. All of my sisters are dancing. Everybody's having a great time. I was dancing at some point, and David says, "I wish I was as comfortable as you dancing." It's like, dude, I am not comfortable dancing. He goes, "Yeah, well, you seem to know what to do." I said, "Let me show you a secret." And I said, let me show you my dance step. So I showed him my moves. So he's like, "Oh, so it is. It's like paddling a canoe kind of a thing." Yeah, you can just like paddle in a canoe. So 5 minutes later, I'm surprised, pleasantly surprised, that David is over there dancing on the dance floor. But what am I seeing? I'm seeing David going in a straight line from one side of the of the dance floor to the other. He just walking along doing this to the music. I lost it, and he was sincere. He was out there just trying to be a part of the group, and it was funny. It was funny, but I don't particularly like to dance, and like I said, it's got to be one of those situations where everybody is dancing. Okay, I'll dance, but
I think dancing. Probably for a lot of men, maybe not. Maybe it's just a incorrect stereotype, but I think it's one of those places where it is very easy to think that everyone else is thinking about you as much as you're thinking about yourself. Right. And so, you know, there are a number of places where that is true, where we're able to shut ourselves off from experiences because we're just self-conscious. And the reality is everybody else is thinking about the way that they appear as much as you are. They're not busy thinking about you and how silly you're looking or whatever. And so, it's hard to break.
Are David, which case.
That's right. It's hard to break from that mentality, but that's true with. Excuse me. That's true with. I give that advice when we go to some of the trade show events that we're attending. When we're bringing someone new who's uncomfortable. Some of the work events that we go to are very networking focused, and so you've got to put yourself out there. You've got to introduce yourself and shake hands and meet people at the bar and all these things, and it's unnerving if that's not something you're used to. And it is especially easy when you're new in that environment to be self-conscious about yourself, and are you doing it the right thing? Are you going to say something embarrassing? Everybody else is thinking the same thing.
Yes.
Everybody else is thinking the same thing. I don't know that even someone with the greatest level of confidence isn't at least initially having that gut check that they are then pushing themselves through.
I don't like the phrase "fake it till you make it." I don't like people being disingenuous. However, that said, the spirit behind just do it, and there's something to that. You're uncomfortable mixing it up, introducing yourself, but they're uncomfortable introducing you. That's why they haven't come to you and introduced themselves. And you'll find that if you put yourself out there, the event, the evening, the picnic, whatever, that time will fly by. You'll have a much better time than if you stood back in the corner as an introvert. You're not going to make yourself not an introvert, but by having a couple questions that could prompt a conversation, taught this boy years ago, the person that asked the question controls the conversation. More importantly, the person who asked the question starts the conversation. And so just like with the dancing, you know, if no one's dancing and the music is playing, everybody wants to dance and folks are standing back, to be the knucklehead that says, come on, let's just do this. You're going to start something that people will appreciate. And, you know, you can always get off the dance floor too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't remember who it was. Have heard it said, people recommend give yourself no more than 3 to 5 seconds to sit and think about doing something scary before just doing it. So, you know, when you walk into a room, give yourself 3 seconds to scout out the room and just start going to have that conversation, because the longer you wait, the more fear has built up.
Right.
And so just don't give it that time to grab hold of you.
hey, because I'm uncomfortable meeting new people, can we get this out of the way? I'm Scott. Oh, man. That is not pleasant.
That's how you should always introduce yourself. Pro tip.
You call that the pro
just
tip?
a pro tip. This is the pro tip.
There we go. Episode 9, the pro tip.
See, and anything that you thought was going to be awkward about the conversation isn't, because it's all focused right here.
It's misdirection.
That's right. That's right.
Or Mr. Direction is
It's Mr. Rogers, my invisible friend. Thank you, imaginary friend. All right, what did you think of this grape tobacco?
First off, I'll say it's not bad, right?
Yeah.
It's not bad. So it's not a tobacco that I'm saying, oh, I want to put this down and stop smoking.
Yeah.
I'm not yet drawn to it.
Right.
But
there's a lot going on.
I would not say it's grape. That is not the most forward flavor I'm picking up here. But there's definitely a hint of grape. You can't deny that there's some wine or something in here that's a grape base.
Yeah, it smells like something else very familiar. I can't put my finger on what. It definitely, I think it might benefit from airing out just a little bit, because what is it? You know what it smells like? It's gotta be the topping, because I don't know if it's propylene glycol or what. This smells like some e-juice that I've had. It's got.
Was it grapey juice?
No, I don't think it's another whip. It definitely, I don't know. You're right, it's not great, but what I'm really interested to see is if it's ghosted the cob after one smoke.
The tin note is great.
Yeah. Yeah.
The taste for me, and again, maybe this is affected by things I've eaten or other tobaccos I've smoked. I wouldn't say that the most prominent flavor is grape, but I do get that wine or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. And I don't say interesting like, oh, I'm afraid to say it's bad. It's not bad.
No. Hey, thank you for sharing.
Yeah, thanks, Dan.
All right, so
How about you? Are you a good dancer? Will you dance if called upon to do so? Have you learned the pro tip?
you have today if you haven't before. You're welcome. You're welcome, Internet.
Comment below. Leave a link to your video response. We'd love to see it. And we'll see you again tomorrow for Tobacco Advent Day 10. Make it a great day.
See ya.